Hello, my friend. How are you doing today? I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that your life is okay. But if it's not, let me just say that it will get better if you believe it will, first off. But you have to believe in yourself, and you have to let go of everything that you don't need in your life anymore. What I mean by this is very simple. Most of the time, and it's actually very profound but very subtle on how most people don't pick up on this. But there's a lot of times that people suffer from grief and they don't even realize it. Grief is nothing but a sense of loss and disconnect. It's basically where you have lost something and you feel that loss. Well, how many of us nowadays are actually out there dealing with our grief, our everyday grief? Because grief can stem from the simplest of things to very complex situations, such as death. It's not something that is easily overlooked, but yet, then again, it's easily suppressed, bypassed, put onto the shelf to be dealt with for later, and never actually handled. Until life comes around and slaps you in the face a couple of times. It says, hey, wake the fuck up. Because if you don't wake the fuck up now, you're going to be suffering for the rest of your life. I know everybody grieves differently, but it's the point of actually doing the grieving. Because there's a lot of people that have that kind of grief in their life and they don't do it. They don't feel their emotions. They suppress their emotions. They don't want to believe that that person's gone. They want to deny. They want to hold on to that memory instead of letting it go because they don't know how to cope with the loss and the disconnect. And this can happen from anything: loss of a job, loss of a friendship, loss of a relationship with a loved one, loss of a partner. You know, it can happen in any situation. Grief is something that it stems from the deepest parts of your soul because of the fact that one of the reasons why we have so much grief in our lives that we have to deal with on a regular basis is because of the absolute disconnect from source. We are all here playing out our roles, living our movies, being the avatars of our own video games, and just doing the best that we can to transcend this existence. And one of the things that we have to do is we have to experience all of the pain that life can throw at us first before we can actually let go of it and allow it to flow back into the divine where it belongs. You know, the darkest aspects of ourselves, another part of us, the shadows that most people will actually run from. Yes, when you look down at your shadow, what do you see? Do you see just a meaningless copy of you that just sits there and does nothing? No, my friend, that one too has a lot of power within it. But that's a subject for another day. The whole point of this is if you don't deal with your grief straight up, straightforward, and take it head on, and you keep running from it, or trying to suppress it, or trying to deny that it happened, and you don't accept it for what it was as the lesson that you needed, or the experience that you personally needed to feel because there was no one else in this world that could feel that experience in that moment in time except for you, because everything is already part of a greater plan that you don't understand. Well, let me just say it like this: it's very simple. Everything happens for a reason, and there's a reason everything happens. And when things happen, you have to think. And there's two ways you can do this. You can say, oh my God, the world is happening to me. Oh my God, I'm the victim in this. Oh my God, why did this happen to me? What's going on? Why does this shit always happen to me? You can say shit like that. Or you can say, hey, you know what? This situation might seem bad. This situation might not seem all that good. But the one thing I can do is look for the goodness in this. Because there's greatness that is there that I just haven't seen yet. And my outcome is going to be stupendous no matter what. Because the universe always works out in my favor. So, take the time to evaluate yourself. Sit back, ask yourself some questions. And trust me, the better the question you can ask yourself, the better the answer you will actually get. And your brain will work for you to find the answer. But you also have to feel it in your heart. You don't know what you don't know. But if you don't realize that you're suffering from something, like grief, which we all do. Hey, I just lost my mom 2 years ago and I'm still grieving inside. But I've let that go too. I miss her every day. But I also know that she's only just a thought away. And she'll be here watching over me. It's as simple as that. Your loved ones have never left you. Only their physical nature has left. Their divinity still lives on. And they also want you to hear this message as well, is the effect that they are only just a thought away, and they are ever so happy that they are free, because they can be in numerous places at once, and they can be doing numerous different things and experiencing their true power and their true freedom and the love that is within. Have yourself a blessed day, and this is JP from the Magnetic Soul, reminding you that you are awesome, you are wonderful, you are cared for, you are loved, you are needed, and of course, you have a purpose, you have a mission, and you have a destiny that you chose for yourself because you chose to be here. Never forget that. Love y'all. Peace.